Are you in your seat? Are you in your seat? Arthur? Hi everyone. So I have been watching Doris at Aldi Books, her reading vlogs, you know, basically since she's been doing them. And they are just so much fun to watch. And I'm finding, you know, I've done a couple live shows recently, and I just find making the time for editing videos daunting, but I thought maybe a reading vlog could be a good solution because it's just filming a teensy bit every day. And, you know, and then maybe I would put 2 up in June or just 1 big one in June, depending. Because last month in May, I really didn't read much. I think I finished like the last 40 pages of Magpie Murders, and I finished Magpie Murders, and I read Wives and Daughters, and My Brother Michael by Mary Stewart. I think those are the only books I read in May. So I was kind of intentionally not reading as much. And that was fine. It was fine for that month. So I thought, though, for this month, I am feeling like reading more, and trying to make time for it, because I think after a while, I enjoyed my break, not reading, but I'd like to get back to it, just to have some variety in my day. And so yeah, you can hear Arthur talking. He's in his bumbo seat. You'll see that in a minute. The one thing that's made it really hard sleep-wise is that when Arthur gets up between like 3 and 5 a.m., somewhere in there, he's going to get up to eat. I have so much trouble getting back to sleep after he goes to sleep. I read a chapter of the latest Amelia Peabody that Kate Tonks and I are reading, The Last Camel Died at Noon. It's the 5th in the series, and read a chapter of it, and I was able to go to sleep right away after that. I just put it on like night mode on my phone so the blue light won't keep me awake, and that actually did work. So I think I didn't necessarily feel sleepy as I was doing it, but I just read a chapter, and then I put it down, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up and it was like 6 a.m. or something. So I want to keep doing that because I really want to read that Amelia Peabody, and I have it on my phone for a reason. So that's a time in the 24-hour period of the day that I can just get some reading done. Might be an odd time to read, but I can get it done. So I think maybe today during the day, though, I will read 1 more chapter of that. The other thing I would like to read some of is Thomas Hardy's Desperate Remedies. So this was on my Victober top 5 TBR. It's one of my top priority Victorian novels. I do have Shirley by Charlotte Bronte. That was also on that list. I have that also on the go, but I'm really craving Desperate Remedies. And I did finish like the first volume of Shirley. I think there are 3 volumes, and I finished volume 1. So it was like a pretty, I don't know it was a good note to end on, since it was the end of a volume. So I think I'm just going to start Desperate Remedies. So yeah, it is now the 4th of June. So I'm basically getting all of June in here. We'll see how this goes. If you're seeing this, if it's going up on my channel, then it went well vlogging. So yeah, I'll let you know how my reading day goes. When they get to be around 4 months, which Arthur turned 4 months last week, their cry gets like 5 times louder. He's so loud now. Are you hungry? Are you so hungry? Yes. Hi everyone. So thus far I think I'm doing so-so at the whole reading vlogging thing. So now it is Tuesday, and yesterday ended up being really stressful because it was Arthur's 4-month checkup, and he had to get his vaccines, and he is not happy at all after his vaccines. The whole day, he is really, really exhausted, but he's really uncomfortable. I think it gives him a fever, and even with Tylenol helps for like the first hour. And then you can't give him Tylenol more than every 4 hours. So yeah, that was not fun. He just kind of cried and cried, and then would pass out on me, and it was very pitiful.
But thankfully it only lasts for the day and it doesn't affect his night. He just like collapsed at like 7:30. So he still made it. His normal bedtime is 8. He still made it. The reading yesterday that I did do went pretty well. I forgot to talk about An Incomplete Revenge, the next in the Maisie Dobbs series. I have the audiobook of that, and I really want to plow through that before we leave through the beach because I don't know how much audiobook time I'll have while we're there. So that has been really nice. And especially because, I don't know if I mentioned on here, I accidentally skipped this book in the series somehow. You know, I always check the numbers on Goodreads of what I need to read next in the series. It happened, and it's really nice because there's something that was a hole in the plot, and I've been wondering what had happened with it, and it's all explained in this one. So then I read one chapter of Desperate Remedies, and then and I really enjoyed it, but I can tell it's gonna, like most classics, it's gonna take a while to like build momentum with it, which I'm okay with. That's what I go into most classics doing, and the ones that are the exceptions, I'm really surprised by. Arthur did not get up to eat last night until like 5:30 a.m. And then the day was just so weird because he usually gets up earlier, but then he was up for the day. So I didn't have time to read an Amelia Peabody chapter, so I might try to do that this afternoon. But I knew him being up at 5:30 for the day meant that I would probably fall asleep this afternoon if I tried to read a physical book. So I went ahead in the morning early and read a chapter of Desperate Remedies. And like I said, great, but taking a little while to build momentum, but I'm very intrigued. It just has such a mysterious atmosphere about it. And it's very interesting to read Thomas Hardy write a sensation novel, a thriller, you know, like the Victorian version of a thriller. And listen to some more Maisie Dobbs. Really enjoyed it. So I would like ideally to get maybe 2 chapters of Amelia Peabody finished this afternoon. But my mind is a little bit scattered right now because I am so focused on packing for the beach. But I made a fair amount of progress. I picked out outfits for each day for myself and the boys and have most of them packed. There's a couple things I want to wash and iron for, like, we're going to a party and we're taking pictures, so I want to look nice for that. And for church, I want church outfits to look nice. But other than that, all the clothing is pretty much taken care of. And I'm being really on the ball and making an overnight bag because we're staying at friends on the way. And just we'll have PJs and everything accessible, which would be really nice just to have that all done and taken care of. So the big dilemma now in my packing, I'm trying to limit myself to 5 physical books. I have several books like on e-copy that I will be, you know, I will have access to, like the Amelia Peabody and stuff. But the other ones, I can't believe I'm going to try to limit myself to 5 physical books. So I don't know how much focus I'll have until like we're actually traveling to the beach because I am so focused on packing and fitting everything compactly so we have like space to breathe in the car. Like what's necessary, what's not. So we shall see. But I've rambled on long enough for this segment. So I think that's all. I'll leave it for Tuesday. So my goals today, just to remind myself, possibly listen to a little bit more Amelia Peabody and listen to Maisie Dobbs and read some Amelia Peabody. Yes, those are my goals. So we'll see how everything goes and doing laundry in the meanwhile while the boys are resting. All right, I'll let you know how everything goes and which top 5 I pick.
So at the beginning of the week, or more middle of the week, anyhow, I decided I just feel so overwhelmed by all the books I want to read. So I decided I should just hone in, like zone in, and pick the ones that I really want to be focusing on. And I made a list halfway through the week. And I really appreciate having this list. So this is like my top 16 reading priorities. And also during the week, I felt discouraged because I didn't film any clips because there wasn't much to report because I've so been enjoying Doris from Aldi Books, hers, and she's so good about filming every day in her reading vlogs. But I just thought, you know what, this is what mine is for now, and it's still better than nothing, right? So yes. So the book priorities. And then lastly, Stormy Petrel by Mary Stewart. This is the June pick, and I am so thrilled to say that today we are starting. I think I'll be trying for 3 chapters a day because that would make us finish in a week, and I'm really looking forward to another Mary Stewart. So yeah, and also just deciding, my priorities for the week. I really want to be watching more BookTube. I have a ginormous, like over 150 videos long playlist of like great BookTube videos just waiting there for me. This is just such a yawny video. Anyhow, so this week I will be trying to be better about keeping up with BookTube, but I want to do backlist first. You know what I mean? So try to get through those. Try to watch maybe like 10 to 12 a day, and I think that could really help me make lots of progress on catching up. And reading Stormy Petrel. Then the books that I decided to focus on, other than that, were I want to read The Deeds of the Disturber, a couple chapters a day on my phone, because I checked it out again. And I really want to get through that. Also finish The Nature of the Beast audiobook. I only have I think 4 hours left on that, which is annoying because now I can't remember where I was in the story, so I'm gonna have to spend some time backtracking and figuring out where I was. And then what I would love to finish because I'm really enjoying it, is The Monster in the Box by Ruth Rendell. So for those of you who are new to my channel, Ruth Rendell's Inspector Wexford series is my favorite detective mystery series. It's a psychological, hard-boiled kind of mystery series. And she started writing this series in the 60s, and then the last one was published, I think, 2014 before she passed away. So this is book 22 out of 24. I've taken my time finishing it because I'm going to be so sad to run out of them, but I keep telling myself rereads are great, and she has so many standalones, and she also publishes under the name of Barbara Vine. So I think I have 60 other Ruth Rendell books, honestly, that I can read after this. But this is one where, and I just love the character of Inspector Wexford. One, he has a happy home life, which you don't see in as many newer detective series. And in this one, you get to see how he met his wife, which is really special. And there is a case that he just had a feeling that the wrong person was convicted, but it was just a feeling, and he had no way of proving that the person that he thought did it, that he could prove their guilt. And so it's years later that he's looking back, and now new events have taken place. So it's very enjoyable. So yes, my priorities, I'm telling this to myself: The Monster in the Box, Stormy Petrel, Deeds of the Disturber, and The Nature of the Beast, which is a lot of priorities. And I do also want to be reading a chapter of Desperate Remedies a day, because right now I don't feel like binging it. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I have a busy schedule besides that. So I'm going to stop filming now and see if I can fit in a chapter or 2. And I'm having my morning coffee. Look who's up. Can you say hi, Arthur? Say hi. Are you perplexed by the camera? So far a fairly successful day. I'm just really excited because even though being very busy with my 2 boys, I'm finding that if I really try, I find time to read in there. And there are times where, Arthur's just hanging out and Peter's playing happily, and I read some of Amelia Peabody in that time. So I was able to finish the first 3 chapters of Stormy Petrel and listen to a little bit of audiobook here and there. And really excited about Stormy Petrel. It's she's an English professor in Scotland, and it's just really such a fun setting for Mary Stewart.
And then I have started and only have a few pages left of my chapter for today of Desperate Remedies, and I'm still finding this a really easy classic to read. And then I will be hopefully getting to The Monster in the Box. But first, I think I'm going to allow myself to watch a couple BookTube videos. And like I said, I almost finished a chapter of Deeds of the Disturber, and so I'm hoping to, throughout the course of the day, that's the easiest reading for me to do because it's an ebook on my phone. But also, I will make time for Bill Bryson's The Road to Little Dribbling audiobook because I'll be cooking supper later on, and I will show you all what I'm making. I thought that would be a fun thing to add to the blogs because I was thinking the vlogs. I was thinking, like, I mean, I feel like my life isn't that interesting for vlogs, but I do cook a fair number of days in the week. And, you know, I'll put little clips here and there from the park and stuff. And hopefully it'll add up to one, if not two, interesting videos for the month of June. So, yeah, that's my afternoon. The boys are both asleep. They went down at the same time, which is exciting. So I'm not going to waste any more time, you know, chattering away. And I'm going to watch a little bit of BookTube and do some reading. So this is what's for dinner. I cut up a chicken. I've never done that before using a big knife. It was kind of terrifying, but I did it. And it's a mixture. It's a Barefoot Contessa recipe. It's panko breadcrumbs and lots of chopped up garlic, lemon zest, olive oil, and then you mix together white wine and Dijon mustard and dip it in that first, and then the breadcrumbs come next. This is my first time making it. I'm hoping it's good.
Don't get a picture on me.
Arthur is taking a bath. Yes, he is. Are you taking a bath? Are you taking a bath? Yeah. So I don't know about any other mamas with babies out there, but I actually find this is a really great way for me to get some reading time because I just stand here with him to make sure he doesn't tip over. And I can read. It's great. So it is Tuesday afternoon, and here's Arthur, and I'll show you can see a better clip of him in just a minute of taking a bath. But I am just in a funk today. I don't know what it is. So I did read the next 3 chapters of Stormy Petrel, and I'm enjoying it so much. I think it's going to be a Mary Stewart that I really like, which is nice because last month I read My Brother Michael, and I was kind of disappointed by that one. So I'm really excited about that. I did read 2 chapters of The Monster in the Box, and that's just awesome. I love Ruth Rendell's writing, obviously, because this is my, like, 25th book by her, because I've read some of the standalones, but the 22nd in the Wexford series. And then right now I'm trying to make some headway. The one thing I didn't get to yesterday was Deeds of the Disturber by Elizabeth Peters, the next in the Amelia Peabody series. So I'm wanting to get to that and hoping I can. I finished the 5th chapter. I was supposed to read 3 chapters yesterday and then 3 chapters today. So I'm trying to read 6 chapters today. So I finished 1 chapter, only 5 to go. It's really enjoyable. I'm just, you know, it's hard to make time for every book you want. So that's what I'm dedicating my afternoon to. So hopefully Arthur will be happy in the bath for a while and I can read some. So yeah, that is my update for now.